Joining us here in our Washington studio is my distinguished guest, Sir Gordon Wavamuno, among other titles, serves as the chairman of the Spear Group of companies based in Uganda. Well, I have to say frankly that I am profoundly honored and exceedingly humbled to have the opportunity to be able to host you for the first time. I remember the first interview that I received just before the first edition went on air.
Hello, outside there, what's up? How you doing? My name is Nathan Eyago. Once more, we left home to change home. Let's look at the breaking news that we have today's morning that actually is moving around social media handles right there. And let's look at what we have right now. Today we share some very sad news. Shaka Ssali, one of Africa's most beloved journalists, has passed away at the age of 71. Known as the Kabale Kid, Shaka died on March 27th in the United States, where he had lived for many years. His death was confirmed by close friend Julius Muchunguzi, who said Shaka Ssali has joined the ancestors. It's so devastating. For those who have been following Shaka Ssali, each time he had a show, and it was such an interesting moment. I remember when I was growing, when I was still young guy growing into a man, as you can see right now with beards here. It was so interesting watching Shaka always having those beautiful shows whereby he brings up leaders and they discuss a number of pertinent issues concerning Africa and how to bring change into Africa, how to make Africa develop. He was relating Africa with other countries and ensuring that Africa also comes into a beautiful place to live and for everyone. Shaka was known for asking the tough questions. He interviewed the heads of state, intellectuals, and everyday people, all while fighting for truth and justice. He was a man who believed in Africa's potential, and he often said, "Let's keep the African hope alive." Those words became a slogan for millions of people. Each time we have actually seen people coming up saying, let's have a beautiful Africa, let's change Africa, let's bring Africa back to where it used to be. Let Africa be an Africa for all of us. So throughout his career, Shaka brought Africa's biggest leaders to the world stage. He interviewed Uganda's President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Rwanda's Kagame, and even the late Zimbabwean President Mugabe. But it wasn't just politicians. He also talked to Nobel Prize winners and artists like Mangari Masai and Hag Masekala. So you can actually see how Shaka Ssali did a number of things. In 2021, Shaka received the African Time Achievement. In 2021, Shaka received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Ugandan North American Association for his decades of work in journalism. When he accepted the award, he dedicated it to the people of Kabale, his hometown, and his family, friends, and critics. I'm really surprised this gentleman comes from Uganda. I never thought he's from Uganda. Looking at his name, you might assume he's someone from South Africa because of the name Shaka Ssali, because we used to study about the Shaka Zulu, the history. Those who understand history better, I believe you know what I'm talking about here. Shaka's life wasn't always easy. He grew up in Kabale, Uganda, and faced many challenges. At just 16 years old, he joined the army, and in 1970s, he had to flee Uganda after being involved in a failed coup attempt against dictator Idi Amin. He ended up in Kenya and later the United States of America, the USA rather. Despite having little formal education when he first arrived in the US, Shaka never gave up. He earned a doctorate in cross-cultural communications and history from UCLA and became one of the most respected journalists in the world. Today, he continues to be celebrated even after his passing on. we still talk about him and we still make references about Shaka Ssali. After more than 2 decades on the air, Shaka retired in 2021, making the end of an era. His last broadcast was an emotional moment as he reflected on the impact of his work. His show had changed lives and started conversations all over Africa. Since the news of his passing, people from all over the world have shared their different love and appreciation for Shaka, especially me as a young journalist. I've actually shared following him when I was still a young boy who used to move to neighbors' houses to watch. No, by then TVs were not so many like they are right now, and of course the development of technology whereby people now watch different things on YouTube. It's not the same as it used to be right now. People are now having smartphones. I used to dream big, being like Shaka Ssali, because when I moved to my journalism, I came up with my own papers and of course making my own content. His work empowered millions and his voice will be deeply missed. Shaka didn't just report the news, he inspired hope and change. Shaka Ssali's legacy will live on the hearts of many who were touched by his words. His work as a journalist, his commitment to truth, his belief in Africa's future will continue to inspire generations to come. Rest in peace, Shaka. You have left an unforgettable mark on the world and your legacy will live forever. I would want to say thank you so much for following me. Kindly click on the subscription bell or button so each time I upload any new video, like to be the first to be notified. Thank you so much. My name is Nathaniel Yagu. We left home to change home.